other big thing in the news, the January 6th committee subpoenaed Donald Trump, meaning that at the moment, you're right there.
The hit there.
At the moment, Donald Trump is legally obliged to testify before the committee.
Yeah, I heard that he like won't do it unless it's televised.
Well, he responded to the whole thing with a 14-page letter that was just a rambling thing. It had pictures in it. He put pictures in it. It's like a picture of the crowd at the speech before the January 6th riot. Like, what? I mean, it's just really ridiculous. Like, we could spend all night reading that letter because whoa, is it a doozy? But anyways,
you should email that shit to me.
Well, here, let me just pull it up and we can. So it starts with: the presidential election of 2020 was rigged and stolen, with the capital, all caps. Then he says, the same group of radical left Democrats, all capitalized, RLD, radical left Democrats, who utilize their majority, capital M, position in Congress, okay, that's no one capitalized, to create the fiction of Russia, 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 impeachment hoax number 1, impeachment hoax number 2, the $48 million Mueller report, which ended in no collusion, Ukraine, the atrocious and illegal spying, capital S, on my campaign, capital C.
Oh my God!
Stop. And so much more. Yeah, so we're not gonna talk about it.
Yeah, that hurt.
But yeah, there you go. I mean, the question is what happens next. He's been subpoenaed. He's legally, right now, obliged to appear before Congress.
Yep.
Now, if the Republicans take the House, which is almost sure to happen, they can reject the subpoena and cancel it. So but they don't take power. Assuming they win, Republicans win and, and take over the House, they don't actually control the House until January. So we're talking about, we have the rest of the year for some kind of legal obligation / consequence to happen. It could play out a couple different ways. They can report it over to the DOJ and the DOJ can prosecute, or there was another way they can do it. I can't remember. That was more like a long, drawn-out way, which is probably the more possible option, probably. But it's kind of interesting to see. It's the first time that Trump actually faces like possible legal consequences for not appearing where he should appear. Now, everybody is saying
members of
he won't appear. Everyone's saying he's not going to do it. He's not going to show up or whatever.
Nope.
The part of me that says Trump usually does the thing you least expect, I think he will show up actually to avoid, going to jail first and foremost, but also to make a publicity statement.
Yes, that'd be the only reason he'd go. Stunt. And because he would have to think, he would have to think that he could pull it off.
His lawyers are probably telling him, well, I don't know what his lawyers are saying, because honestly, I don't know how good his lawyers are at this point. I think he's gone down to very third-rate lawyers. There's only a few
the worst lawyer.
There's only a few, like, maybe solidly logical lawyers left that might even entertain the idea of trying to give him advice. But at this point, he's surrounded by sycophants and just like, lawyers that he found on like Facebook Marketplace or some shit. And like, he's fucked, dude. Like, he's banned from Facebook. I guess it was Craigslist is probably where he found him. Anyways, are you ready for Culture Jam? Culture Jam? Culture Jam?
Am I ready for Culture Jam? Culture Jam? What?
Yeah, let's go ahead and just dive right into.
Let's go. Let's talk about Yeezy. All right. So I'm gonna. I have.
Yay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if he's a black Israelite now, then it would be pronounced yay. Yay. Okay. I have to. I'm going to read something verbatim that I wrote to a Jewish friend and a Jewish friend and two anarchists. One of them is Jewish. Okay. This is after discussing the fact that yes, Kanye West is mentally ill, and that has never been more clear than this whole it's like for the last several years, Kanye West has been saying increasingly stupider and weirder things, right?
Yeah,
and that's because he's mentally ill. He's bipolar. I think he's manic, certainly.
So wait. You have a something that you?
I have a statement.
Okay.
I don't want to get all flat earth about this because I only stumbled across this shit a few years ago. Kanye was on stage having a psychotic break, it seemed, yelling about how there was people out to get him. There was people controlling everyone, begging Jay-Z to call him. Do you remember this? It was a full freak out. Okay. Show ends early. He's rushed into an ambulance and whisked away somewhere. Sounds like an ordinary psych hold, except his wife, Kim Kardashian, his wife at the time, couldn't find him for days. Then, the next time he appears anywhere was next to Donald Trump, looking like he had no idea where he was at Trump Tower. Do you remember this?
I remember him being at Trump Tower and talking about being in a different dimension and.
I don't remember him talking. I remember him standing there, like they given him Thorazine, right? He was just like kind of like middle distance.
No. He went there. Didn't he go there with Kim Kardashian?
I'm sure he's made more than one. Like
the only time I remember him going to the White House,
No, not the White House. Trump Tower. This was when Trump was running.
Oh.
Yes. This was in like 2015 or 2016.
Okay, no. I'm thinking of a couple of years later.
I swear to this has been fucking memory hold. I remember this. because of how fucking weird it was, right? I remember there was footage somebody recorded of him screaming, saying, "Call me Jay, you got to call me Jay. These people own you. They own you. They don't, no one cares about you. They don't care about you. They don't care about us. They're trying to kill us. They're trying to get us," right? Saying shit like that, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, who they sounded to me like the owners, our owners, right? Now, hold on, to continue my statement.
Okay.
And so Kanye didn't know looked like he didn't know where he was, but Trump was talking about how grateful he was for Kanye's endorsement, talking up a storm while Kanye just stood there, right? Blank-faced, shark-eyed. Anyway, I'm not making excuses for the dumb shit he tweeted, but it really looks like he got zapped back then. Right, because
Kanye said a few dumb things.
Kanye said dumb. That keyword being dumb.
Yeah.
Right? DEFCON 3. That's because he couldn't remember which number was the high one and which one was the low one. Right? Like DEFCON instead of DEFCON.
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
he's a moron. Right? Like he really is. He's good at one thing. Right? He's good at producing music. That's what he's good at doing.
Well, he's now replaced the preface. He used to have the famous preface, "I'm gonna let you finish," from the old Taylor Swift Beyonce days. But now his new preface is feeling kind of sleepy tonight, but.
Right, no, that's the other thing. Yeah, he's prefacing it by saying I'm sleep. So he's hedging his bets, right? He thought that he was hedging his bets to appeal to the insanely low count fucking demographic of Black Israelites. I'm pretty sure there are probably 200 of them, and somebody got one of them in his ear, right? And that's the other thing that Kanye does, right? Kanye doesn't have an attention span, right? So he just hears something and then he's like, "Yeah, that sounds like a good idea," and then he fucks around for a little while and then he's on to something else, right? He doesn't and he's not a politician, right? If Kanye starts running for president, really, right? Then okay, then we're having words. Then we have problems, right? But as far as and lest we forget the fucking the fucking dumb fucking White Lives Matter horseshit that his fashion line put out, and then fucking doing an Elon Musk to buy fucking Parler from, did you know this, from Candace Owens' husband.
Yes, and apparently the company has really been struggling with the whole free speech versus not getting kicked off of Google and Apple app stores. Oh shit, we want to be free speech, but it turns out that if we let you say the N-word as much as you want, then Google won't support us anymore and you won't be able to download the app.
Right, and so so Candace Owens and her husband are straight up scamming Kanye out in the open, right? And I would also argue taking advantage of someone who's mentally ill. And all those things can be true at the same time, right? Like, it's like Kanye can be an anti-Semite at the same time that he is being willfully taken advantage of by one of his quote unquote friends.
Well, did you see the what is it, Drinking Champs interview or whatever the fuck? The most recent interview that he did?
No.
Okay.
Why would I? Well,
in that one, he starts saying even more weird anti-Semite shit, and then he keeps bringing up Candace Owens. Or no, he's talking about George Floyd. He's talking about both. He's weaving in between anti-Semitism.
Yes.
George Floyd.
Like you mean like a man
actually die or whatever, whatever the fucking weird shit. And then he's like, Candace Owens, she told me all. They told Candace Owens she's not allowed to talk to me. And then that was the end of the statement. Like,
yeah, okay.
They told Candace Owens she's not allowed to talk. What?
Yeah. No, whoever they are, Kanye, if you can hear this, whoever they are, they love Candace Owens being stupid. I on Herschel Walker. Listen, there's only one thing that matters from that debate, because there's only one thing that ever matters from any debate, and it's whatever the thing that people are talking about that didn't watch the debate. And that is that Raphael Warnock, Reverend Raphael Warnock, called out Herschel Walker for pretending to be a cop.
Yeah.
At which point, Herschel Walker pulled out his fake badge and proceeded to try to defend his being a fake cop in a way that
the badge he pulled out was like an honorary police officer type badge that they give to kids who come visit the
yes. I'm sure it's something like that. Yes.
And the funniest part was the moderator of the debate. So Mr. Walker, like just like a teacher talking to a kindergartner. Mr. Walker, please put that prop away. We spoke about that. Full well the rules of this debate. We spoke about this before the debate. You're not allowed to bring a prop out during the debate.
He doesn't remember because he's been hit in the head a whole lot. Okay, and for that
he's like, he goes, it's not a prop.
Okay. All right, Herschel. Whatever, and so, but so this is why I'm bringing it up, okay? Because there has been a photo snapped of this. I believe I sent it to you.
Yes.
That is the funniest picture I've ever seen of anyone ever, because it is him with his fake little badge, and he looks like a 7-year-old who just is like, oh, this is fake, right? Like the look on his face is so fucking perfect, right? Like it's like a gotcha. Like, well, let me show you, buddy, what my real badge looks like. And it doesn't even fit on his...
I'm not a cop, huh?
Yeah, it doesn't even... The thing about, like, if you're a sheriff or whatever and you have a badge like that, right? It's either, like, pinned to your body, right? Or it's in one of those flip wallets, right? But yes, that's my favorite face that anyone has made in years. Like, it's so good. It's so funny and good, and just it's amazing. It's amazing, and so I don't need to know nothing else about that debate. I don't need to know anything about, like, if and swear to God, if Georgia is as craven and fucking like full of lunatics to elect that man to the Senate, right? Like, even. Because, it's like, whatever, like, I know that the only case for Herschel Walker in the Senate, right, it's a Republican vote. Like stick your fingers in your ears and go la 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 la, because we need the votes, right? And so just hold your nose and vote, right? Against a man of God.
Yeah, I don't think
better juxtaposition. They're both black. They're both black guys. And they both claimed to be Christian, except for one of them is a wife-beating, cheating abortion man, and the other one is an actual reverend. Like, it can't get it. That's as perfect of a situation as I've ever seen. And I swear to God, Georgia, if you're listening, my God, if you want to be the laughingstock of the entire country and the world after that picture, because that picture's got to be making it around the rest of the, like, it's like, look at what this dumb American did on stage, right? That's I can't, like, it's so good. It's so funny and good.
All right. So the thing that I'm kind of concerned about with this whole thing is how quickly a lot of conservatives, including former President Trump, decided that, like, this is how we talk now, and I'm going to jump on this whole thing. And I see how much attention Kanye is getting, and I like that, and I want it. And so you had Trump tweet or Truth Social this. He said, I'm going to read the whole thing. It's a lot to take in, but just bear with. He said, "No president has done more for Israel than I have." Somewhat surprisingly.
According to some Israelis, especially politicians, he's not wrong about that. Just continue.
Sure. Okay. Somewhat surprisingly, however, our wonderful evangelicals are far more appreciative of this than the people of the Jewish faith, especially those living in the U.S.
God!
I wonder why. Maybe it's because they are really hoping for this whole apocalypse thing where the Jews all get killed and then the evangelicals are sent to heaven, and it happens in Israel or whatever. I'm going to move forward with the this Truth Social post. Then he goes on. He says, "Those living in Israel, though, are a different story. Highest approval rating in the world. Could easily be prime minister."
What, Trump? Trump is saying that he can be prime minister of Israel?
Yeah. And then the next, and I mean, maybe, but anyways, the next statement is the kicker. Trump goes on and says, U.S. Jews have to get their act together and appreciate what they have in Israel before it's too late.
Dude, he hit every fucking thing on the bingo card. Yeah. He did the dual loyalty. Some Jews are Jewier than others. Israeli Jews are the best Jews.
Like, he literally did the whole
thing. But he also did all the Jewish anti-Semite stuff, right? He did the regular anti-Semite stuff. The evangelicals like the Jews more than the Jews do. He also did the only real Jews support Israel, right? Like, he did the one that, like, the Ben Shapiro anti-Semitism, right? Which is anti-Semitism, asshole, right? Like, it's like, those people fucking make me so mad, because it's like, dude,
The government is lying to you. The media is lying to you. Your racist aunt on Facebook is definitely lying to you.
She doesn't think she is.
If you are in need of a trustworthy source of facts and truth, subscribe to Special Interest Coup.
Like it's like that's what. Okay, so stuff like that kind of shit. That's why it's like that's why I have. Even though I get that it was like a breach, certainly a huge breach of protocol that hasn't happened in hundreds of years, right? like it's still not a coup, right?
Well, I would say a coup attempt is not a stretch. Really.
It's a bit of a stretch.
Obviously, it was not a coup.
Right.
Obviously, not a coup.
I don't even think it was a coup. I don't think it was a coup attempt because I don't think it was coherent enough to be one. That's all.
Well, that's why the brilliant songwriter who wrote the song Kindergarten Coup for our episode right after January 6th. Kindergarten Coup is the perfect. It was a pretend make-believe coup.
Yeah.
It was. But could you argue that in German history, the beer hall putsch was sort of a make-believe coup of sorts? I think you probably could.
Yeah, I
don't know if this is not. I'm not dismissing this. I think this is a historical event. Is it as big as 9/11? Probably.
No.
Not.
Here's the question then. So one of those fucking Capitol guys, like the shaman guy, or like Enrique Terrio, or one of those guys, right?
Yeah.
Baked Alaska. If one of those guys ends up in prison for a period of time, and then comes out and starts giving speeches and fucking ascends the political ladder because of their imprisonment, that's your Hitler. That's the Hitler that came from the beer hall putsch. It's like one of those.
Yeah, I mean,
pictures of the thing that happened.
We're kind of lining up history for Trump to be that guy. It's going to be like a 90-year-old Hitler. But
Trump's too old, and he didn't do it right. It's like this isn't. I'm not. The courage to be in the crowd and to lead the crowd, right? To in whatever way, in our stupid like postmodern 21st century way, right? Which means influencers or like whatever. It's like the people that were there who are of note, right? If one of them gets out of jail, right? That's why it's either the shaman guy or Baked Alaska.
Well, it could be Steve Bannon, or it could be
they're too old. And they were, or Alex Jones. Never mind. It's Alex Jones. It's Alex Jones. It's Alex Jones. It's Alex Jones.
It could be anyone.
No. And wait a minute. That's why they're legit trying to crush him, right? That's why his $1 billion settlement or whatever. It's $1 billion judgments, right? It's like they're trying to keep Hitler in the hole, and hey. You can do it good, right? Like Alex Jones is crazy enough to, if given the Trump type legitimacy or Trump type giggly sort of like this clown will never fucking do it. You know what I mean? Like, but if Alex Jones manages to like win a Republican primary and doesn't literally get like you can't be on TV even though you won the Republican primary, then that's your guy, right? That's your quote unquote charismatic strongman for our stupid time.